because you see my giant forehead and I'm like, damn, you can land a chopper on that thing. Climbing. Y'all, I try so hard to get the glare out of my glasses and I just can't, so I'm just gonna have to talk like this constantly, my head tilted to the side. I don't know why I keep doing this to myself, y'all. Can't teach this old dog new tricks, apparently. We have, like, some books to talk about, so we're gonna jump right in. It's your boy Nate. I read books because reading is sexy, and if you're not reading, you're not sexy. Okay, I don't remember if I talked about this, but my thoughts are pretty much the same. Fernanda Melchor, guys, hurricane season, oh my god. As, like, by the first quarter of this book, I was like, get me out of here! I want out! I want out! Oh, with every Melchor book, it's just, oof, a lot. Gratuitous. For good reason, though. What we have here is a small town village wrecked with some of the worst people that you can imagine, because low income, streets are astray. It's run down. It's gross. It has the worst people in it. Very small town vibes. A witch is dead and found by this group of men. Boys, rather. And you just get tossed and turned in this almost journalistic, gossip-esque narrative told from face to face. There's no room to breathe. There are, look at this, y'all. It's just blocks and blocks of text split up by commas. No periods, very few periods, only brought to dramatic effect near the end of the book or when a chapter does actually end. But yeah, you are just hit with this endless block of text and you're trapped and it's suffocating. But it very much has this colloquialness to it in that the reading of it is actually very easy. The subject matter at hand is actually very, very tough and not for the faint of heart. If you are a fan of transgressive literature, this is a banger. But it's told within this colloquial manner where you're following the story and it's told from this person and then you're moving to this person. And so there's this very documentary-esque shaky camera-ness to it that ultimately creates this dramatic, scary, gossipy way of speaking of something so traumatic. And very much it is about where trauma comes from, how it's carried, and how it exists, how it almost plagues not just a person, but a community, actual land, soil. It's devastating, devastating. But let me tell you, y'all, by the end, I was like, oh my gosh, I think whatever footage you saw last of this, it like put me in some kind of number, let me tell you. It's a doozy. I think if you are curious about Melchor's work, definitely take a look at Paradise. I believe I read that last year and enjoyed it a lot. Wild, wild ride, y'all. Wild. Okay, after that, I picked up Coetzee's Disgrace. I've been meaning to get to him, also because I've seen this book like everywhere, in all the Goodwill bins, and I was like, it's time to pay some attention to South African literature. What we have is a professor who has this little thing with his student, and he takes all accountability for it and shuns himself, where he goes out and seeks solace or reconnection with his lesbian daughter out in the boonies. I did not like this. I'm gonna be honest, I did not like this. Don't get me wrong, Coetzee, incredible, phenomenal writer. There's a readability to this that made me turn pages, and I was thoroughly invested. What I was not invested in was the main character, our protagonist, the professor. But it's a book I can't stop thinking about because when you look at the title, it's really interesting that when we use the word disgrace, it's always as adjective. It's not a verb, or it's used as like a noun, and that's it. What is the act of disgracing? what happens to you when you disgrace. And that's what this book explores through the tensions of apartheid, race, class, and sex, ultimately. But what didn't work for me, I think, was the distance in narration. Coetzee uses third-person narration to tell this story so that you get a sort of less judgmental view of all of the characters as they try to exist in this world together that Coetzee has built. But it just doesn't land for me. I think because given that we are in 2023, or whenever this video is out, 2024, the way that this book moves women, I just can't get around to it. And it bogs my mind that this won the Nobel Prize in 2002. It's wild. And there's just something so off-putting about it. I think if I had read this when it came out in 2002, I would have been more lenient about it. But we've just advanced so much in feminism and feminism literature that I just can't get around to enjoying this, sadly. But the worst of the worst happens, and when you think it's the worst, it just gets even worse. Coetzee tries to play circumstance to eject emotions out of you, but for me, it didn't quite work. I think because there isn't a really strong connection of reader and experience to the protagonist. Also because done in third person, there's too much distance, I think, to really connect yourself to character. My inklings say that I think Coetzee did start out in first-person narration, but I think he wanted to look at these characters from a judgmentalist place, so he moved to the third person. But while moving, I think there was still a few kinks. The viewpoints of women, even though it's in third-person narration, I think is still so critical of women and the female body in here. The male gaze is so apparent. And I mean, 2002, what are you gonna do? The male gaze was just horrendous. This didn't quite work for me. Coetzee's still a brilliant writer. I think he has this very incredible prose that just sucks you in and is so readable, while also just presenting so many incredible themes, especially for South Africa. Zai. After that, I had an ARC of Zodiac, a graphic memoir by Ai Weiwei. Yes, this is out January 30th by The Speed Graphic, illustrated by Gianluca Costantini. What this is almost like Waking Life in graphic novel form. Through Ai Weiwei's history and his experience with Chinese censorship and police brutality, police actually like torturing him, is incredible in the way that it weaves dreams and memories, where sometimes the dreams are speaking to the memories and then speaking to Ai Weiwei as he's retelling the story through the animals of the Zodiac and the importance of each animal. I think it was fine. It's a bit heavy-handed in some parts. Feels very like Confucius says. For good reason, I think. I think it sort of that straightforward, heavy-handed art is this and art is that works because the illustration style is fantastical and very busy. So there's a lot going on, and you really do sort of want these concrete messages to appear to sort of ground you. But there's some fun lines here. Art is a special form of freedom of speech. And if freedom of speech doesn't exist, we cannot call it art. And there are just moments like that sprinkled throughout the work. And if you enjoy Ai Weiwei's work, I think you'll really enjoy looking at his life as sort of as an alien. And it's best represented here. What is art to him in China versus the rest of the world, and why he has always escaped or tried to escape, why he creates art. And then just now, I finished Salter's Solo Faces. This is about climbing the French Alps, grounded though by his usual character complexity and romance. There's so little literature, or at least I don't read that literature, but it's like sports books, like sports fiction books. You know how like in film you sort of have like sports movies? There's so little fiction about like things like climbing. And I think this is like one of the first books I've read about climbing, but it really does give you that high anxiety, sort of the fear, but also the thrill of climbing. While the book is set in the French Alps, you sort of get this tremendous, magnificent feel to the terrain and the mountains. That combined with Salter's prose, his usual beautiful prose, mixed with these really fun character engagements. It's good. It's a solid 3-star read about a subject matter that I don't think I would have ever read into, but here we are, a book about climbing. And Salter's prose is just, you know, always top notch. And though there isn't a lot of Salter's usual prose, I think much more weighted in his other books, this one really does focus on the passion of climbing. So it really makes me wonder if like Salter was actually a climber himself. Wow, y'all, I talked about 3 books in less than 15 minutes. Damn, I'm good. Damn, I'm good. But that definitely felt like very wrap-up-y. But, you know, I do this thing where I like wait till the end of the week to talk about all these books, which I think it makes sense. But then I end up like finishing like 3 or 4 books and I'm just like, oh my God, it's like a lot of content to cover. But I'm here mostly to do this, y'all. Ugh, look at this ginormous box. Okay, we gotta set that down. Is my last care package from my family. Major thanks to my brother. Homie, if you are watching this, thank you. I love you to death. You're too much and very thankful. Thanksgiving just happened. I still feel like I'm in November, y'all, and it's December, but thankful for my younger brother. Thank you. I'll leave his shop downstairs. He is a weeb, so he makes anime stickers. If you are also a weeb, he's got some cool stickers. I'll link his store down below, his Depop. But y'all, this is a fun haul. Conglomeration of holiday stuff that I have for work, but also like stuff for my friends. Let's do it, let's take a look. Because this is sort of on the top of the box, we're gonna talk about this first. Y'all, I think you saw this in my newsletter. If you follow the newsletter, I wrote a bit about this, sort of a love letter to a bag. And I'm not gonna get too into it, but I've been obsessed with just this like a giant pouch as a bag, as a clutch, because that's gonna be in for 2024. I'm gonna make it a thing, but like a big pouchy bag that you just like throw stuff in, that's a clutch that doesn't have a strap. Because what I'm realizing is that I'm really due for a massage. My commuting back and forth to work and having a strappy bag I do too much. I do too much and I need to stop. But big pouchy bags, and I've been obsessed with this idea of just design as language and the themes that it conveys. And J.W. Anderson had this beautiful idea of the big clutch and made it into a pillow. Yes, y'all, this is a bag, but it's a pillow. Yeah, literally pillow filling, covered in a very plush, what is this? I would say a PVC, but something much more similar to latex, but I think it is PVC. J.W. Anderson, there's a little tag, it's funny. It says, made in Italy, keep away from fire. And it unzips, and there it's lined with a gauze, no pockets, so it's literally just a giant pouch, y'all. And that's it, y'all. Catch me outside with my pillow. How you like that? How you like that? I'm ridiculous, y'all. I am literally ridiculous. But y'all, how can you not love that? How can you not love that? Also, I can sleep on it, on the subway. Ugh, I'm too much, y'all. I'm too much. Literally too much. Okay, let's keep going. But yes, I got that. It was like 40% off, which was insane. I was able to double stack coupons, like Black Friday coupon and like another email coupon, and it just like, it brought the bag to like a ridiculously good price. Because I saw it at H. Lorenzo, and H. Lorenzo was not doing a Black Friday sale. Even if they did, like a silly 10 or, you know, if I learned anything from My Work by Olga Ravin, if anyone's reading it, there's a great line where she says 20% is not a real discount. Y'all, she right. We are in 2024. 20% is not a real discount. No. Anyway, okay, enough ranting. There we go. H. Lorenzo. It was like still full price and it was like ridiculous. And I was amazed that I got the bag at such a steal. So we did it. With another bag, we jumped onto that second restocking of the Sandy Liang stuff, and I got the tote, y'all. I got the tote. I just saw my friend have it and she put her dog in her bag. Like she was able to fit like her laptop and her dog. Oh, it was so cute. I was like, wow, that bag can do so much. I was like, you know what? I have to do it. I have to do it. It's just such a fun shape that I love so much. And what I also love is that like the straps are quite long. So it just like fits nicely. And y'all, I'm not gonna lie, I love that. I love that so much. What you have is no pocket on the inside, but a heavy duty canvas. You do have a pocket here, and that's it, a pocket there. But I do love it. Very excited to bring this out. Yeah, love that. Love, love, love. We also got the packing cubes. I was like, because I do believe in like those packing cubes for traveling or any tiny trip that I take. I also take packing cubes because they just help organize everything, and I know where everything is, and it's just helpful. We also got the DOP kit. Yeah, so it's full Sandy Liang, y'all. We are a brand whore. We are a brand whore, and we're doing too much. Anyway, that happened. These are for my friends. He's obsessed with like sour jellies, but this is very cute because I used to eat these all the time in elementary school. There was a substitute teacher and he always had these sour power belts, y'all. Sour power belts, but they're a jelly that is long and it's a lot of fun. Anyway, childhood candy, if anyone wants Nathan lore. So I got him some and me some because I'm greedy. Also, I'm a slave to the trend. I'm a slave. Y'all, I got Birkenstocks. Okay, don't look at me like that, okay? Don't. Please don't. But I did it. I got Birkenstocks. These are special Birkenstocks, though. These are the Stussy Birkenstocks. You can kind of see it here, the logo here. But it's in the bone color. And yeah, I was just like, I'm gonna do it, y'all. I'm gonna do it. I want a comfy shoe. I only have that one shoe that I always wear. It's the Stan Smiths with the Velcro. And I was just like, I would like something a little more casual. So these are it. We did it. Okay? Don't look at me like that. Ugh. Okay, well, we did that. Y'all, the reason why the box is so big is because we got it, y'all. We got the Jingle Jangles. The Jingle Jangles. My work really, every time I bring this, they always have, it's gone within 5 minutes. They're just a fan of the Trader Joe's Jingle Jangle. It's just a holiday concoction of like popcorn, pretzels, M&Ms, it's very, very basic, y'all. Oh, here's a visual. And that's it. It's just Christmas cheer in a tin, and everyone's a fan. Everyone's a fan of it. That's why the box was so big and heavy. It's because of all of these. You know what? I'm a good gift giver, okay? Everyone loves me. Anyway, we got that. And to end on some fun stuff, I got some books. So let's take a look. Okay, I need to stop touching my hair. What I've noticed is that I constantly touch my hair in my videos and I need to stop because it's so annoying and I hate when I do it. Because you see my giant forehead and I'm like, damn, you can land a chopper on that thing. But let's not think about that. Okay, ending the note on some fun stuff. We got my sort of last book haul. These are 2024 reads. But by the time this video comes out, what is this? It's gonna be out in like spring, right? I think so. I don't know how any of this happens. Anyway, videos of this will probably have come out already because I'm planning to do sort of a 2024 reading theme, just like a general reading theme. And the theme is nostalgia. As everyone heads into the new year with newness, I'm going to look back. Because I'm hitting 30. I'm hitting 30 in 2024, and that is... So, I'm looking back. That's what I'm doing. I'm being nostalgic. One of the themes is nostalgia, so we picked up some nostalgic reads and books that surround sort of my nostalgia. Okay, that's the theme. That's the theme. I'm not gonna explain it. Okay, I'm getting old and I'm looking back. Okay, leave me alone. Which one do we want to talk about first? Theme books first, y'all. Okay, a book that I've been thinking constantly about, not just because Sofia Coppola has put out a recent movie, Priscilla, and I've been looking back at her filmography, but it was one of the books that spoke to her. It is Jeffrey Eugenides' The Virgin Suicides. I remember reading this and loving it. I just love the whole concept of we as narrator. And so yeah, I want to do a reread of this and see if it holds up. And yeah, I still think about the film a lot. There's a particular scene where the group of boys who are obsessed with these girls, they call each other, but when they do, they speak to each other by putting records on, and they'll speak to each other through songs. And there's just something so teen about that I love. And it's just so beautifully done through Coppola's movie. And it's just a feeling that I can never escape from, about how music speaks more than people really mean or want to convey when they have like deep talks. But a song will do it. And a song did for those teens. And that overall feeling is so trapped within my reading experience of this, or what I believe my reading experience to be of this. So I'm gonna pay this a revisit. I'll let you know. With that, I also have Gus Van Sant's Pink. I hear this is an awful book, but yeah, I don't know. I think with like Greg Araki and Van Sant, I think, did I say Goose? Gus Van Sant. They just dwell within the teen angst and sort of that, you know, 90s, turn of the century perception of youth and what that embodies. And very excited to sort of see how he does that through literature versus film. So I think very curious to know what this looks like from a cinematic reading experience. So yeah, Pink, Gus Van Sant. Last but not least, I have Play It As It Lays by Joan Didion. I haven't read this since forever ago. Yeah, and I just want to pay it a visit because nostalgia. It's about LA, it's about depression and being sad. It's DWM in LA. I've been reading a lot of her sort of political thrillers, and I just want to jump back into something that grounded me, what I thought was the epitome of Didion's fiction. But when I think about it more, it actually focuses a lot on circles and politics. I don't remember anything about circling or politics in my reading of this, so doing this as a reread should be interesting because I'm much older now from when I first picked this up. Curious to know what I think about it now. Oh, does anybody remember? Good God. Does anybody remember my ins and outs video from last year where I was like, learn the names of writers? We're doing that now, okay? This isn't performative, is it? I don't know, but we're gonna do it. I'm going to look up how to say this writer's name because I need to be a better booktuber. Oh, fun. Jalen already talked to him. Let's figure out how to say his name, y'all.
Welcome to Reading the Room, a literary podcast featuring author interviews and discussions with bookish content creators. I
love you, Jalen. I love you.
Today I am so excited to be joined by Matthew Binder.
Okay, it is. Y'all, Matthew Binder reached out and he sent me a copy of his book, Pure Cosmos Club. It is December 2023. It's making its rounds. It's ending up in people's top 10s. Jalen has him on the pod. I don't know what this is about, but it's surreal. Looks at the life of an artist set in New York. And that's all I really want to know about it. It's satirical and bizarre. Fun, fun, fun. Very excited to read this. And y'all, he inscribed it. What a cutie patootie, Matthew. You're a joy. To Nathan, I hope PCC makes its mark on you. I hope so too, and I'm sure it will. Cool guy, and can't wait to talk about this. Anyway, y'all, that's the book haul. There's some fun colors going on. Quite busy, but fun, fun, fun. I'm going into the city for the weekend. I'm visiting a dear friend from LA. Really cool guy. Fun stuff ahead. No spoilers. Also because I need a haircut too, like this is just awful. It's a mop on my head at this point. I don't know if I talked about it, but y'all, thank you for 2K. It truly means a lot. I'm surprised that like people even watch my videos. I'm just a character on the internet who has maybe too many opinions about books, but I love them. I love books, and they're shaping stuff in me. They're molding me. I mean, okay, let's be real. Even though like I didn't enjoy, I learned stuff, okay? I'm learning. What did this teach me? It taught me form, really interesting form, how you can have voice almost be the structure of a book. And that's kind of incredible. Like pure voice, not just like insertions of third-person narration. It's literally just voices propelling the story. Page 1 to 200. It's insane what a voice can do and the power of voice. Made me think about like what disgrace is. And like we always say, like, you're a disgrace. Never it's like disgrace as verb. So it really made me think like how to be a body, how to be a verb. What verbs are my body performing and how have they affected others? How have they hurt others? How have they helped others? And my place in the world as my body verbs. And you think life is bad, and it makes you really examine all of the good, really. It makes you super aware of the good. And with that, you must come upon gratitude, I think. Climbing! That's it. But no, for real, like books will surprise you. I was surprised that I learned sort of the excitement of climbing. I mean, I've been to a climbing gym once or twice and it's fun, but like actual mountaineering climbing is kind of insane. And I felt that. There were moments in here where like my breath was taken aback and I was like, oh, wow, I feel like, you know, it's not, you know, the actual thrill of climbing, but you can manipulate words to convey that feeling in like these little sparse spurts. And Salter, with the prose master that he is, conveyed that beautifully, I think. So yeah, I love books. They're so cool. Okay, y'all, I'm gonna leave you there because I don't want to edit this. Love you all. Be well, do good work, keep in touch.